our savior, Zac Efron. We got 2 players. They're getting ready to do an elimination match here in Mystery Tournament 16. One of them's going home. One of them's advancing out of loser 6. There aren't many people left in the tournament. So, is it going to be Neetsel moving on? Entering for the first time on a hell of a run on their first tournament. Getting this far. Or is it going to be JuegAriel with a very misleading win rate? Has just not done well in Mystery Tournament and then did really well elsewhere. Is a strong player, has probably also improved, and that shows. They are, 27% win rate. In this tournament alone, gotta be something like 5-1 or something at this point. Yeah. Which is... Isn't that like an 84% win rate or something? If you're 5-1? 1/6 is like a 16? Yeah. So for this tournament, currently JuegAriel's win percentage is over 80, which is among the absolute elite.
Yeah, the win percent generally lies quite a bit based on whether you're in winners or losers bracket, and dropping the losers in first round and then doing a huge losers run is how you pump up your win percent. So
taking the wind out of JuegAriel's sails a little bit. Neetsel lost late, whereas JuegAriel lost early, so only has played 3 matches. But one of those wins came against 1UP, who is playing really well this tournament despite being a newcomer. And then JuegAriel's beat some girl, as well as Piper, so they've shown they're capable.
I would say that if you want to pick one stat to be representable of how well someone has done historically, I would say you should look at their placements in the previous tournaments, which is like the level of opponents that you have to go through is kind of similar, depending on whether you take a shorter path to the winners bracket or longer through losers, but it can make a big difference in your win rate. But for win percent, what I'm looking for is like if someone's above 50, they're gonna be pretty strong, but past that there's a huge range where it just kind of doesn't tell you much besides whether they've managed to do winners or loser bracket runs. But yeah, this deep into the tournament, there are not going to be many weak players left. We often talk about like skill or luck in Mystery Tournament, which matters. Like the way I see it is that players have a kind of different base skill, and then I look at it like matchups. Like if you're used to any asymmetric games, like card games or fighting games, you're used to talking about like 6-4 or 8-2 matchups. And if you're even remotely similar skill level, there's always a chance that you draw a game you're super good at in, or the other guy messes up with something, misreads a paste bin, or just gets lost or whatever. So even at worst, if you're halfway decent, you'll probably have like at least 1-9 or 2-8 against better players. So at this stage in the tournament, you're always going to have a couple of players who pull off those upset wins, or maybe get paired against other players who also did the same. Like, that's how I got my 1 deep run, but you still need a kind of like baseline skill to even be in contention. Like if you're actually really bad, then you're not gonna have even a 10% chance against the top players at this point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a very minimalistic paste bin for this one. It's Bit Generations Orbital. For some console.
This is a GBA game. And it's so late that the game starts with that Wii health and safety warning. You know, the one before every game. This game has it too for some reason. I played this. It's good. I like this game. It's very... This is basically what indie games have turned into, like kind of experimental little games that really don't take themselves too seriously and shouldn't have a $60 price tag.
But I wonder how much this cost when it came out.
For the GBA instead. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the race has started. The goal of each stage is to get the yellow star to orbit around you. To do this, you must be at least a certain size. Collide with blue stars to grow bigger. When you grow big enough, you'll hear a chime, and the star you need to finish the level will turn yellow. And that's how you know you can get in there and get it to orbit you.
Also, emulator crash on one of the players, and no, I think Neetsel is just continuing. But did he restart anyway now?
Oh, look here, it's the health and safety screen. Almost like we're playing Wii.
I feel like that, I don't know, I've seen that in GBA games.
But only the really late ones.
Maybe I only played the really late ones. I can't... Why would a GBA game crash?
I don't know.
That's not good.
I mean,
The emulator.
Before the race started, I heard some controller Windows connections noise. So, I think there was more to it.
Yeah, I mean, it was the emulator crashing, not the game itself.
Well, I'm
But
sure glad we have clean audio for this. Let me turn this up.
Move around by holding A and B to attract or repel nearby stars. I wish I could tell what button they were holding at any given time.
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get some music.
Oh yeah, I played one game where you have one button which basically toggles on like attraction with nearby objects, which sounds like basically the same control scheme with the repel option omitted. That's interesting.
Oh, they do go red or blue. JuegAriel's dead. Is the top right like number of lives you have?
I think this lives, yeah. I forgot if having a moon does anything for you.
This seems like the kind of thing where if it was on the DS, you'd have a map on the bottom screen, and that would be really helpful.
It looks like the playfield is really small and wraps around, so I don't think navigation is an issue at the moment, but it might be in later levels. I have no idea what those are gonna be like.
JuegAriel is big. Now JuegAriel needs to find yellow. Is the moon.
I guess when you're so big, you can just absorb, like, whole planets. Okay, Neetsel's done the first level.
JuegAriel has a new moon.
It's got an actual moon-shaped moon.
Also, you can see, like, the color through the moon.
Yeah, like it's just shaped that way.
Yeah.
Like it's not...
Like when someone draws a night sky and they do that sea moon, and then they put more stars inside the sea.
Uh-huh.
That's not how the moon works.
Oh,
Oh,
JuegAriel
what?
is too small.
Was there something in the pastebin
Or-
about it showing you that you can do it?
Or, well, if that was solid, right? It looked solid. So you don't want to run into the final star, but you need to get close enough such that it orbits you.
Oh. Well, Neetsel is huge.
Yeah. And then is going away from...
He's looping.
Yeah, okay.
So... Bam!
Oh, but it like crashed into it. Like the angle was bad.
Yeah, you gotta orbit around the planet, but at a bigger orbit, I guess.
Your sphere of influence is pretty small compared to the size of that star. Like there are a lot of angles where if you pull the star, it's just gonna hit you.
Ah!
Oh,
Neetsel
that's
did it.
perfect.
Neetsel is being orbited.
Level 2 complete.
And JuegAriel still on 1. Oh, we're tiny. Gotta eat all these blue asteroids. Alright, Neetsel has found a small star to eat. I guess it's a planet. So it only shows the biggest possible size as blue. All the smaller ones are still like white. And I'm not sure what picking them up and turning them into a moon of yours does. Neetsel now has 2 moons. Like wait, no, I was I was thinking of the Star Wars one, but that one has 2 suns. What's it called?
JuegAriel very
Orion?
quickly is... What, Tatooine?
Tatooine. Oh yeah.
JuegAriel's already pretty big, so is ready to capture the second star. And that's good.
Nice.
Very quick level 2, joining Neetsel on level 3, who has been moving around, slowly growing a little bit bigger.
I feel like he's only picked up one thing.
Yeah.
Got a lot of moons, but again, I don't know what they do. I do not remember.
Nice. Is catching up by orbiting on the inside. Oh, it's gone too far now.
Maybe you can slingshot yourself. You said you were playing Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah, well, like, that's how you do it. Like, if you want to catch up to something, you reduce your radius of orbit.
Oh no,
And
needs to
if
crash.
you want to go the other way, then you extend it.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's also like slingshotting, so you fly further away and faster. That's the thing.
I'm gonna have to try digging into GameFAQs or something because it's driving me crazy trying to figure out whether these moons around you do anything.
I don't know if slingshotting is a...
Well, it's not
I
a
don't
thing
know
in
if
this
it
one.
offers... Well, I don't know if it even gives you an advantage in Kerbal.
I mean, it should. It's the thing in real life.
Oh, by the way, you can press select to enter view mode and D-pad to do something in that. I don't know what that means, but I assume it's something like a map.
Yeah, just look around, maybe.
Like, Kerbal does not allow slingshotting?
You can slingshot, but there's no advantage to it.
Wait, you use less fuel. You go fast.
You would have to use fuel to, like, set it up, whatever.
Well,
like
you plan it so that the time is good. And then you, like, chase a planet and slingshot yourself around it. Anyway, Neetsel plans his approach to the yellow planet, picks it up, goes to stage 4. JuegAriel is close too, but ran into the yellow thing. Oh, what's going on here? There's like asteroids moving around now on Neetsel's screen.
JuegAriel needs to do a fine adjustment. Okay.
planet.
Do the moons give you extra lives on the next level?
Oh yeah, that's a good thought.
JuegAriel's got 14.
Question is if lives matter, because the paste bin mentions nothing about lives. Oh, Neetsel is gonna like loop. There it is again.
I think you restart the stage if you run out of lives. I think I saw someone do that earlier.
That's
Neetsel?
what happened to JuegAriel on
Oh!
level 1, I think.
What a clutch pickup! Level 4 done, yeah.
Yeah.
PS5. There's a wall of planets.
And you want to get one little bit, and then... Oh boy.
I mean, we are experts on this. We watched Voidcall. We know all about gravitational fields and how to use them to get around. Oh! These who destroyed the moon. It's Dragon Ball all over again. Oh, there it is. Oh, don't crash into it. Oh. Nice. It seems like there's another button, or maybe it just starts doing your orbit circle when you're close to the yellow. Supposedly there's no other button, so I guess... Oh no, you just saw there was a... I guess if
you can kind of see your sphere of influence, I think, when you get close to this.
And that makes sense.
Okay, so the view mode I mentioned pauses the game, and then you can use the D-pad to move around and see what's what.
It seems like it might be JuegAriel on a crash course. There's so many situations where if you're heading right at something, there's not much you can do. Like, you could repel away from it if it's got a charge, but you're just gonna keep heading towards it slowly, probably. Unless you can completely kill all of your speed.
Yeah, that's how space works. Oh! Ah, JuegAriel got it. He's level 4, I think? Yeah. But Neetsel already did 5. So Neetsel is 2 levels ahead, because he's about to finish 6. That's it. Looks like it might be a short game. Let me check. I raced this like 3 years ago or something. Let me see how well... how good of a time we can expect here. Bit Generations Orbital beat stage 10. I did this in 19 minutes.
I think we could see the players on pace for that. And how much more difficult these levels get.
I feel like you don't need to grow much at all in order to pick up yellow.
Yeah. Well, maybe that changes.
Has yellow changed size? So you don't need to pick this up, this
Not
won't
yet.
even make you grow. If they're not blue, they don't make you grow.
This is probably the last one Neetsel needs.
It is the size that worked for every other level. Yeah, there we go. How do we get to that?
You go around this one.
I like this.
No.
I think it's more to the left than he is. Yeah,
Oh,
tiny bit. Oh, it's
wow.
moving! Oh, what an approach!
Wow.
Wow. Not even SpaceX could have
I don't
planned
know
that
how
better.
much that was skill and how much that was luck. Like, the level does wrap around, so you could be like, all right, well I saw it about here, and it's
Yeah.
gonna wrap around about there.
It's impossible to tell where.
Okay, so blue stars you can absorb by running your center of mass into theirs. When you become large enough, then some of them turn gray, in which case you can either capture them in your orbit or absorb them.
But absorbing
If
them
you-
doesn't do anything.
Huh?
Absorbing them doesn't do anything.
Okay, I've been playing too close in a while. If you get them into your orbit, then that doesn't help you anything in the stage, but when you finish the stage, you get extra lives for each satellite that you have.
Oh, I was right. Nice.
We got recursive orbits now. Which is probably a thing that exists.
Yeah, I mean, our moon orbits us.
I guess,
and then we
yeah, I
orbit
guess,
the
I
sun.
guess. I mean, we could assume that this whole stage orbits around some kind of sun.
Yeah, that thing in the background on the right, Neetsel's screen.
Well, that's a galaxy.
It's an entire galaxy.
I've seen a galaxy in the white screen behind the ghost when it turns to night. It looks just like this.
JuegAriel's big enough and saw the sun, the star, whatever it is, the yellow,
Venus.
on the left side. And looks like JuegAriel's intentions are to loop around. Needs to repel at this point, but is grappling down, so he's going to wrap and approach it. It's not close enough, is it?
Sayo asking what do croissants do? You get the croissant to orbit you, that's an extra life at the end. I remember having problems with this double orbit.
Yeah, it seems hard to get out of one sphere of influence and into the other one. Like it, well, that worked out pretty good. But like now Neetsel needs to avoid all of the other spheres of influence to avoid getting trapped by them.
He needs to repel a bit, otherwise he's gonna run into the planet because he's growing.
Just grows it's big inside the planet
Oh.
immediately.
Nice. That's too early. Why did he do that? Should have
It's
maybe
trying to attract a
should have done another spin. I think. One more orbit.
JuegAriel's got a collision course.
Oh, he's got 13 lives.
The Crescent Moon, by the way, is a collectible. If you get them in every stage, you unlock additional ones.
Oh, Neetsel. Nice. What's this, level 8? Or was it
Yeah.
9? Yeah, this was 8. Alright,
Yeah.
so we got 9. There's an asteroid belt just flying around, which means it's not an asteroid belt, but an asteroid field.
JuegAriel was so close to being lined up, but collided with the final star. This is not good. Oh, something needs to happen here. Nothing can happen.
What is the plan?
Okay, JuegAriel's just gonna... he's gonna loop all the way around.
I guess this game is a possible answer to what I was looking for. Games where you can see doom coming, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Alright, there it is. But there's not much game left. Neetsel's already really big on stage 9. JuegAriel still has to do all of 8, which was really difficult.
Oh yeah, this was the
Neetsel
bubble.
already done.
Oh,
Already
wow.
done with 9.
I don't know why the game is giving you so many blue planets then. Right.
Yeah, so this
Whoa.
So this guide I looked up has a walkthrough with difficulty ratings for each stage, and it has 4, 6, 8, and 9 as 2 stars, and 10 as 2.5. With the other early stages as either 1 or 1.5.
He needs to take at least 40 more seconds. Otherwise I will be upset. Alright, it's looking good for me. This is... Ah, he's missing.
Oh,
Oh, there's another one.
there's another
Attract,
one.
attract! Just crash into that thing. Who cares? You've got 16 lives.
That's true. Oh, JuegAriel just misses one of these little guys. Alright, and then needs to break out of here.
Bit hard to tell Like, what makes you... Oh, he actually hits
Oh,
it.
never mind. Just gobbles it up on the rotations.
Perfect
That line
cycle.
up.
Like some kind of gear ratio puzzle.
Needs to pull in. No, it's gonna get caught up. So this is tough. The blue. Okay, yeah, this is gonna work. Tracked a little bit into the middle, should catch you up. But for some reason, he's just going fast enough to catch up anyway, which makes no sense. If you are on the same orbit as something, you're
Yeah.
going the same
Yeah, stable
speed,
orbit
because your speed
means-
determines the orbit.
Yeah. If you're closer, you have to go faster. Like you said. I think if Neetsel picks...
swinging around.
If he picks up this planet or the other one, that's big enough. Or this one. He's kind of going the wrong direction. All of these planets are hidden behind the asteroid
Yeah.
fields. The cube fields.
It's an easy problem to fix, too. What is that? Is that a black hole? That doesn't look good. Oh, boy.
It's just a planet, isn't it?
It's just... It looks a little darker, like just a darker shade of red. It's like a little purpley.
With this number of lives at the end of the goal, you can kind of just afford to just run into whatever you want just to bounce off.
I mean, it didn't help him.
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh. Collision course.
Yeah, good enough, who cares?
Wait,
No.
it didn't actually absorb it. It take... Okay, no, okay.
Yeah, it gets it on rebound.
And where's the next planet we can absorb? Is it the one we crashed? Oh no, it's the end. Pick up the end. We're just lost in
Ariel just
space.
barely touches some little thing.
He's doing the wraparound.
Oh, well, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, I like this. There it is.
Come
Come
on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Wow.
That should be it.
Expertly done. Yeah.
I mean, Neetsel does have a retime now that I think. Not Neetsel, JuegAriel does.
Yeah. A very short one.
Yeah, it was a very short one. He's not turning this around.
It's gotten very big, though.
It's just eating everything. Eat the asteroid field. So wait, if you eat everything and there's nothing to like attract to, do you just lose?
Oh, God.
Look how big he is!
The star should absolutely be in the sphere of influence now, right? Yeah, boom, got it.
Damn.
I think it's just impossible to eat the gold star.
Oh yeah, we've seen players bigger than the goal and crashing into it. Oh, JuegAriel has found that you can use the D-pad to look around us. What you probably said. I thought it was more of a free look, but it's more of a camera shift.
Oh, wait.
Well, the one Polari said was like you can pause the game. And
Oh,
look around.
yeah, but it's different. I guess you can use the D-pad?
No, D-pad does nothing without pressing anything else.
But
And
JuegAriel was looking like ahead in certain directions.
I couldn't tell if it was just the camera naturally shifting around based off of which direction you were going.
Yeah, I think it does that. Like if up, it shifts you lower on the screen so you see slightly further ahead. But pressing D-pad while in like not pressing at the same time just does nothing.
All right, it was 1 minute 5 seconds is the retime. So with that time elapsed, Neetsel is officially our winner.
Hello.
Hello.
It was
You
fun.
got a
At
weird
first.
game.
Yeah, it was weird at first, but I enjoyed it. And, I guess better audio would be nice. apart from that, yeah, I enjoyed this.
By the way, you still have the game open on stream, so could you show off a thing? Like, unpause the game, then press select.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, we didn't have that in the note.
Oh, did I
That
just...
That would have been helpful.
Yeah, Polari was digging through game facts and stuff to look up stuff about the game and stumbled upon this.
Yeah, I was just curious about what did the addressing satellites do for you. Turns out it does nothing mechanically, you just get extra lives from that. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, stumbled upon that.
Yeah, and fortunately I noticed it because I think at some point I had only one life left. So that's why on the next level I tried to get some as well, just in case. Because yeah, I know that there was a point where I just died with several times in a row because it was really, really difficult. I just bounced around everywhere, so...
Have you ever played Kerbal Space Program or anything that has these sorts of orbits?
No, I haven't played, no. I've played a game like that, but...
Gravity?
Yeah, kind of. I remember a mobile game that I played that was quite, well, not similar because it was an infinite like runner or something like that, but you had to do jumps between planets like that using the orbit. But I can't remember the name. It was yeah, it wasn't just like this.
Oh, there it is. With one hit left, JuegAriel picks up the final planet.
Noticing the extra life thing looked like it was actually a pretty big thing too, because JuegAriel had to slow down a lot in the final stage to preserve his last lives instead of like getting there with 15 and being able to run into whatever.
Something that I did as well is that I picked up Planet in just because it made the sound less less awful because you get a little bit of music in that case.
Yeah, we had to turn on some music on the broadcast pretty quick, I think. We put up with it for about 45 seconds. Well, it's your first mystery tournament, and you've made it now to the 7th round. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
You're up against Rywick, who I think is going to be a strong opponent. But if you win that match, a stronger opponent still.
Yeah, I've seen,
awaits you.
I've seen the bracket.
Yeah, it's Andy. Andy's
Yeah,
gonna. You have to go through Andy to get to top 8.
Well, I mean, started doing these kind of tournaments for like a year. It had to happen at some time that I might get up against Andy. So
Yes, the loser 7 is actually top 16 already. So,
really? Oh,
so yeah, kinda time to get some.
Isn't it like top 24th or 20th or something? Oh no.
I agree with 16.
No, you're right. 16.
Yeah, at that point it's 8 on both sides of the bracket. And losers 8 is top 12 and losers 9 is top 8 lower side.
So you're gonna got a best placement of 16 in MT16.
At least.
Oh yeah, at least, of course.
Yeah, well, I think we recorded that's 13th since it's 13 to 16.
But that's even better.
But, yeah, top 16. Also, JuegAriel is in the waiting room if someone can pull him in. I think I don't have the permissions.
Hello.
Hello.
That was Never
It's a
seen
weird
some.
game.
Well, I have seen something like that on DSMT specifically, but that was weird. Yeah.
I guess are you familiar at all with that sort of orbital motion? Like I asked about like Kerbal Space Program, but really like any game where
No.
you're influencing orbits, nothing like that.
No. I saw a game similar like on DSMT. What was it? That DSiWare was it or something?
Milky Way Galaxy
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. I saw that and I thought, oh, that's cool, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
and
GG Neetsel, that's a good time.
Yeah, the first few levels were really awful, hard to get used to. But
Yeah, trying to figure
later
out
on,
everything.
Until the last level, Alpha, it was all right. It wasn't too hard. The last one is definitely. Well, I'm curious to see what they've got next in the game, because it feels like it's going to get really hard after that. I might keep playing a little bit just to see what's there. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I mentioned I had this guide open that I looked up some of that stuff, and it ranks the difficulty of different stages in the game, and it doesn't look like it's gonna pick up sharply anytime soon. Like the stages that you played so far were rated 10 as 2.5 stars, and others lower. And this guide has stage 19 as the first 3 stars.
Oh.
Then I guess if you lose all your lives, you start over from the beginning, right?
I don't know.
imagine.
I ran out of lives on the first stage, and all I have to do was the first stage.
Right.
Yeah.
No idea.
We were guessing you would have to start at the beginning of the stage you were
Yeah.
on.
That's what I think too, but I have no idea.
Yeah, there were a couple of kind of important things that you didn't get info on. Like one that Neetsel figured out was that if you attract satellites, you get extra light from them at the end of the stage. Another one that neither of you did is that if you press select, you can move around the viewport and look ahead.
Oh, it was with select. Okay. Yeah, because I was able to look around sometimes, but that's it. Only sometimes.
And Maurice spotted that your camera, you seemed to be able to influence it a little bit while you were moving around.
Really? I didn't notice that.
No,
With the D-pad.
Yeah.
You can actually move the. But yeah, that's weird. It's not all the time.
But you can sometimes do it? I had the game open and I tried it, and D-pad just did nothing unless you had pressed select to get into the
It's
view
weird
mode.
because I tried like right now and it worked, and now it's not working, and I can't say what's the difference. It's really weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So, but yeah, weird but fun.
Weird but fun is the kind of game I guess Mystery Tournament specializes in. It was a heck of a run through the lower bracket, JuegAriel.
It sure was. I wasn't expecting to even get this far, but sure thing.
Oh yeah, you
So
did all the bracket.
Yeah,
Well
I
done.
lost. I
Well
lost the
done.
first match, and then I got here.
Yeah, so you're out of the tournament at what is this, 17th to 24th? Something like it anyway. And Neetsel moves on to top 16, 2 lower bracket wins away from top 8.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I
I mean,
think
for a first time, I'm pretty happy with how far I got already. So
Yeah, 17th to 24th is correct. Which is really good. So I guess congratulations are in order for both of you. Thank you so much for giving us a good race of a weird game, and for coming to talk to us.
Thank you for
Yeah,
doing all of this again. I say this every race, but yeah.
yeah. Thanks for the game. It was a lot of fun. So I'm quite happy we played this and not Mario Kart. So